You are joining the meeting.
Thoughts on FPA Experience. Michael? Michael, I'm not sure if you are on the line, but we can't hear you. Well, why don't we do this? I think we might be able to hear from Mike in just a little bit, but Sabrina, are you on the call?
I am, Lauren.
Oh, great. Well, let me turn it over to you to provide an overview of the FPA Experience Conference.
Absolutely. Thanks, Lauren. I'm Sabrina Lowell, your host and task force chair for this year's gathering of our membership in the financial planning profession. And as Lauren was saying, this year's conference task force was again up for the challenge in compiling a fantastic lineup that you're not going to want to miss. FPA Experience attendees gather at this annual conference for a variety of reasons, from maximizing CE opportunities to networking to enhanced practice management. There's an opportunity for all professionals. Pulling together the best and the brightest in all aspects of the financial planning profession for a robust 3 days was quite a feat. And I'm confident that you'll find that the talented task force that I was fortunate to lead has delivered on that challenge. You'll soon hear in this orientation that this gathering has a lot to offer. So much, in fact, that at times you may find yourself wishing that you could be in many places at once. It can be overwhelming, so I offer some advice. As you prepare to embark on the next few days, I encourage you to take a moment to plan your time with us, to consider the end before the beginning. What sessions and experiences do you need to gain maximum benefit for where you are in your practice today? What do you want to get out of the conference? And as you make these decisions, be open to some transformation while discovering new connections and insight within the global picture of financial planning. Here are some highlights. Transform your world with opening keynote speaker and top business thinker, Dan Pink, who will provide you with real-life applications on selling. Stay on trend with sessions that cover timely topics like same-sex couples and the effect of the recent Defense of Marriage Act ruling. Get prepared for recent healthcare law changes and their impact on financial planning. And learn about portability and estate planning for individuals with assets in lower than traditional limits. Also visit our packed exhibit hall to learn about new ways to run your practice more efficiently. And finally, attend the closing night gathering to celebrate the financial planning profession with your peers and community. A conference like FPA Experience gives you both the opportunity not only to attend, but also to engage on personal and professional levels. You'll receive what you put into this event, so make the most out of it. And on behalf of the FPA Experience 2013 Task Force, thank you for joining us. I look forward to seeing you in Orlando. And now I'd like to introduce Christine Mazzullo, FPA's Director of Membership Marketing.
Great. Thank you so much, Sabrina. At FPA Experience, you'll get a chance to taste all 4 service lines that Experience provides its members. And one of the best places to do this will be at FPA's booth in the exhibit hall. Our goal in designing the FPA booth this year was to illustrate how FPA is truly your one connection to professional education, business success, advocacy, and community. When you visit the booth, FPA staff will guide you through experiences that touch each of these 4 key service lines. In the area of professional education, you'll be able to demo the Journal of Financial Planning's new app. Available to FPA members, the app, which can be downloaded from either the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store for both iPhones and iPads, now provides access to the digital edition of FPA's award-winning journal. For business success, FPA's member discount program, which recently relaunched, will be spotlighted. Booth visitors can learn about discounts FPA members receive on essential products and services for back office support, banking and insurance, education and training, growth and succession, marketing and technology from more than 50 providers through this program by picking up a member discount program guide. For community, let staff take you through a demo of our online community, FPA Connect, and representatives from chapter relations will additionally be on site to talk about the value of your local chapter. And finally, see how FPA advocacy can be a resource to you when you think about advocacy efforts. We'll be unveiling some incredible new tools at the booth, including a state advocacy toolkit and a federal advocacy toolkit. FPA of Florida chapter leaders will also be on site to share their best practices and how they have advocacy days twice annually. Plus, get a sneak peek at FPA's upcoming new website. Intuitive and easy to navigate, FPA's new website will make accessing all that FPA has to offer in these 4 service lines easier than ever. I'd like to circle back now and see if we can hear the message from Michael Branham, our president.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. And I apologize for being late. I had some trouble with the dial-in. So one of the things I wanted to share is that FPA is all about supporting you as a practitioner. And everything we do is focused on 4 service lines: advocacy, community, professional education, and business success. So at FPA Experience, you get to taste all 4 service lines at once. The professional education comes from the array of general and breakout sessions offered. And since you can't be in multiple places at once, no worries. Most of the programs are taped and archived for you to enjoy for up to 3 months after the event is over. Many of the pioneers and current leaders from the profession attend Experience, as do many media and public sector representatives. So you get to hear about and experience the role FPA is playing in advocating on your behalf and protecting your ability to practice without unfair restrictions. While continuing education is important, so are the nuts and bolts of supporting your personal and business growth, which is why we make sure that there are sessions and events to support directly your ability to elevate your business. Finally, what ties it all together is community. It's the opportunity to be with and mingle with your colleagues that makes attending the conference in person so beneficial. While there are many people attending Experience, there is ample time and opportunity to network, meet new colleagues, engage in a meaningful conversation in the hallway, or gain some insights at one of the receptions. As a practitioner who came through the next-gen community of young practitioners, I found the community aspect of Experience to be an invaluable part of the event. Financial planning professionals are particularly open and willing to help. The more I open to the people attending the event, the more I receive. And what I received are lifelong colleagues who have provided me with the business pointers and practical insights that have been invaluable in growing my practice and evaluating my professional skills. So on behalf of the FPA community, we want to welcome you to FPA Experience.
Thank you so much, Michael. And now we're pleased to introduce Laura Brooke, FPA's Director of Community Development, who will share with you ways to increase your engagement on-site through special community building and gamification opportunities while Experience. Laura?
Hey, everyone. As Michael was just mentioning, and as you can see here, I've just loaded up a new poll, and I'm expanding it so y'all can see all of these here. Being at FPA Experience, there's so many opportunities for you to connect. And what we find is that by coming together at this annual conference, which is, the biggest gathering of FPA, this is your opportunity to connect with your FPA community. And we wanted to share with you that there are a variety of ways to do that. There's obviously over a drink. We want to make this fun for you. We're going to have a few receptions in the exhibit hall and elsewhere. We're going to have something called the Experience Cafe, which is going to be in the exhibit hall. And we're also going to have the FPA Experience Party, which is going to be on Sunday night. And a little bit farther into the orientation today, we'll talk more about the specifics of that. There's also the opportunity for you to connect with your community at a roundtable. So there's something called the Community Building. And this year it's going to be hosted in rooms W209A, B, and C of the Convention Center. So for those who might not be familiar with the Community Building, this is your space to hold conversation that's of interest to you. So we already have some conversations scheduled, such as Meet the Pro sessions. And Meet the Pro sessions are your opportunity to connect with 7 different speakers that we've chosen so that you can have interactive conversation. So for example, after Michael Kitz's presentation on life and death tax planning with annuities, you can go and sit down with Michael to have more of an interactive dialogue where you can, ask him questions and really dig in and discuss. So we'll have 7 of those scheduled. We also have some community conversations, such as the international cross-border community, the life planning community, mid-profession, next-gen, and women in finance. All of these groups are going to be gathering. So if one of those communities speaks to you, we hope that you look for those conversations and take part. Lastly, if there's something special that you want to talk about, you have space in the community building to schedule a conversation of your own. So you can, send out an invitation to your attendees, your fellow attendees, and say, hey, I really want to talk about, issue ABC, whatever that might be, technology issues, or I'm moving to a new CRM and I want to talk about, what Redtail's like, and you can send that out and invite people to join you in the community building. So it's a great way for you to connect with others around issues specific to you. Something new to FPA Experience is what we're calling the Aspirations and Inspirations wall. And this is going to be right at the entrance to the exhibit hall. And it's going to be a big white space. And we're going to be having some Post-it notes and some pens. And what we invite you to do is to share your goals and intentions for that meeting so that you can write those things down. And if you'd like outreach from fellow attendees, add your name. If you want it just to be anonymous, that's cool too. It's whatever suits you best. So for example, I could put up there, I'm interested in outsourcing my investment planning, and I'm going to put my name on there. So you walk along and you say, I'm really interested in that too. I want to reach out to Laura. So what you can do is you can jump onto FPA Connect, and we'll talk a little bit about that as well. And you can message me, because there's the opportunity for you to message people through FPA Connect. And you can say, hey, Laura, I saw that you want to talk about that. Let's meet in the Experience Cafe at this time, because I'd really like to discuss that in person. You can also read the board, and if somebody puts their name down, you can just stick a Post-it next to it. Do the low-tech thing as well. So whatever works for you, go ahead and do that. But we hope that this provides you the opportunity to connect with each other. And as I already mentioned, you've got the ability to also schedule a community building conversation. So we're going to have the schedule for the community building right there next to the wall, so you can see if there's something already been scheduled. And if not, go to those rooms that I mentioned, W209, and add your conversation to the schedule so that you can have that opportunity to connect with fellow attendees. Our community also extends online. As you see here, I've got this handy-dandy example of a badge from Mr. Hensel, who's going to be speaking next. And in the upper right, you see that QR code. So this is the way our badges are going to look when you hit the ground in Orlando. And what you have the opportunity to do, and this is so cool, and we hope that y'all take advantage of this, is go to your app store and download a QR code reader. And then when you connect with a fellow attendee and you're talking about something and you want to remain connected, you can scan that QR code with your smartphone. What's going to happen then is you're going to be prompted to log in, and this is your normal FPA login and password. And that's then going to direct you to their profile page on FPA Connect. And when you see their profile page, that means that your request for you guys to have like a contact request, it's essentially like friending someone, if you want to use Facebook language, has gone through. So there isn't a success that's been done. You just know that as soon as you hit their profile page, that means that contact request has gone through. And that's essentially a more lasting way. Rather than just exchanging business cards, you know that you are connected on FPA Connect. If you try this and you experience some challenge or you're struggling, know that we will have some IT support tables in place to support you in this new technology. And those are going to be right across from our registration area and in the Experience Cafe, which is in the exhibit hall. So you can look for help in either of those locations in order to have that happen. Lastly, the other part of our community is obviously our exhibitors. Our exhibitors are a huge, important part of who FPA is. So make sure that when you're on the floor that you're taking advantage of the wealth of expertise and innovation that the exhibitors can provide you. So as part of the exhibit hall, we have a gamification element that we want to have on your radar screen. And with the gamification, there's a variety of different ways to get points. One is going to be viewing a demo. So when you get scanned for viewing a demo, you'll get 25 points. When you're in conversation with an exhibitor and an exhibitor scans your badge, much like you could scan an attendee's badge, an exhibitor can scan your badge, you'll get 50 points. And then you'll also be getting 10 points for every educational session that you go to. So if you get more than 500 points, we're going to register you for a free registration given away daily at both Experience. You can have a choice to either Experience or Retreat 2014. And then you'll also be given, there'll be a grand prize opportunity, which will be the iPad. We'll be giving away an iPad, and that will be on Monday at 1 p.m. from the FPA booth. So thanks for letting me talk about community, and I would like to pass the baton to Jeff Hensel, who is our Director of Corporate Relations.
Thank you, Laura. Again, Jeff Hensel, Director of Corporate Relations. I appreciate all of you taking time out of your schedule to come on to the call today. I'd like to speak with you about interacting with our sponsors and exhibitors, an important element within each FPA Experience conference. And I'd like to begin by highlighting the Orange County Convention Center itself. Celebrating 30 years of success, the Orange County Convention Center, with its many dining, lodging, and entertainment options, is an ideal location for this year's FPA Experience Conference. With a conveniently located exhibit floor as its foundation, keynote and educational sessions are only a quick escalator ride upstairs, allowing you to move easily from one event to the next without missing important opportunities to meet our many world-class exhibitors. As Michael Kitces, noted financial services speaker and blogger, has noted many times, the principle of due diligence isn't just about being prompt and thorough in your interactions with clients. It's also about doing the due diligence necessary to ensure that you are providing appropriate products, services, recommendations, and solutions to them. Which means that by entering the exhibit hall with an open mind to learn about new products and services, you are ensuring that your client recommendations are timely and appropriate. With over 100 of the foremost asset management, alternative investment, and technology providers in attendance this year, you will have the opportunity to learn about many of the latest tools designed to help manage your business and provide investment solutions for your clients, with ample time to visit each booth at your leisure. And finally, sponsored education sessions. I urge each of you, once you've registered at the conference, to consult your on-site guide. There will be a tremendous amount of outstanding educational content, courtesy of many of the most widely respected financial services firms in the country, including TD Ameritrade, Ameriprise, MetLife, Pershing, Laserfish, First Command, American Realty Capital, Aberdeen Asset Management, as well as many others too numerous to mention. This is the one single time of the year when you will be able to meet key representatives from each of these firms. And now for our next speaker, Andrew Severson, President-elect of NextGen.
Hi, yes, as Laura mentioned earlier, NextGen is an FPA community, and we're basically focused on the next generation of financial planning professionals. So we're really targeting those who are early in their careers. And so the community is those aged 36 and under. And so you can see here, these are some of our core values where we just want to support and advise and encourage one another in the professional advancement. We want to promote, foster, and direct programs that aid in the transfer of knowledge from the pioneers of financial planning to the future of the profession. And we want to explore issues common to younger planners and seek means of accentuating the positives and finding resolutions for the negatives. NextGen is, we are just now celebrating our, we're coming up next year on our 10th year. So we are one of the longer and more established communities. If we can advance the slide. And so there's several events taking place at FPA Experience. So these are some of the things that you want to look out with to connect if you're going to try and come be a part of NextGen. So anyone who is in that early career stage, 36 and under, or if anyone's on the call that are sending young planners as well, make sure you look out for us on Saturday night. We're having a social outing on October 19th from 6 to 9 at BB King's Restaurant and Blues Club. So make sure you come to that, and you can message us on the NextGen forum to make sure that you know where to meet up for all of that. And then the other thing, our other major event that we have at FPA Experience is our town hall, where myself and our current president, Jen Quigley, and our chair, Kayla Brown, will be able to just share a little bit about what's been going on with NextGen this past year, and also the plans coming for next year as well. And we'll also get to hear from some of the candidates running for President-elect for 2014, and just some other updates as well. And we have one more slide if you can advance. And so just to also let you guys know, in addition to FPA Experience, there are many other ways for NextGen members to interact, including, as I'd mentioned earlier, the FPA Connect forum. So if you don't know how to get out to FPA Connect, just message Laura, Brooke, or myself, but get out to FPA Connect. We have a dialogue that is very vibrant among the 2,000 members that are in FPA NextGen. Also, we have an annual NextGen gathering that we have every summer, and so it will be next year sometime in June. We'll be releasing those dates and location at the town hall this weekend. And the gathering really is an event where we have 30 or 40 members typically coming together to just really gather in a circle and just discuss a lot of the hot topics that are going on in the financial planning profession, and just encourage and foster those relationships. Third is also to kind of keep an eye out for FPA NextGen at the chapter level. We've had a lot of NextGen members reach out to chapter leaders, and chapter leaders reaching out to NextGen members to basically create some events at the local level. So we've had about 1/3 of the chapters kind of connect and are having either some type of social gatherings, networking opportunities, and educational events that are kind of either for NextGen or kind of powered by NextGen. So if you're wondering on how you join FPA NextGen, it really just means you need to be an FPA member and be 36 and under, and you are automatically enrolled into the FPA NextGen group. So there's the link if you want to go back in later directly to the Connect website where you can learn more. But don't hesitate to look out for myself and other NextGen members to connect with us at the conference. And so now I would like to welcome Mary Corbin, the Director of Learning and Development.
Thanks, Andrew. Well, sort of to segue from NextGen, the first thing I'd like to talk to you about is our Financial Planning Challenge. If you're not familiar with it, the Financial Planning Challenge is a competition sponsored by Ameriprise Financial, CFP Board, and FPA. We've sponsored it for several years now, and it's a competition among CFP Board registered programs. So there are 3 phases of the Financial Planning Challenge, and the competition really began several months ago when student teams entered and were presented with a case study on which they developed written presentations. The written presentations were submitted and judged over the summer, and from that, 8 finalist teams were determined, and they will be competing on-site at FPA Experience this year. Just a quick note, the 8 finalist teams, in case you're wondering who to root for, are Kansas State, Texas Tech, the University of Incarnate Word, the University of Georgia, Utah Valley University, Virginia Commonwealth University, Virginia Tech University, and William Patterson University. So we'll have teams on site competing for all 8, from all 8 schools. And they'll bring really the culmination of the competition together beginning Saturday morning at 9 o'clock with oral presentations of those case studies. So you can watch the students from your alma mater or your favorite competing university present their case and see how they're doing. Presentations will go on all day Saturday, and then on Sunday afternoon, the competing teams will compete in the How Do You Know challenge. It's kind of a quiz bowl style competition in which they'll answer questions about retirement planning and estate planning, the topics on which they will be tested as part of the CFP exam. The 3 top finishers will receive scholarships for their schools, and those winning schools will be announced at the closing general session on Monday afternoon. So we hope you'll tap into some of the excitement of this competition and participate in whatever phase you might be able to attend, whether it's those oral presentations, the quiz bowl style competitions, or just keep an ear out to hear who won. The next thing I'd like to talk to you about is continuing education. I know we've had several questions on that as part of the chat, so hopefully we'll be able to answer some of those questions for you. We have quite a lot of CE eligible sessions from CFP board approved content. I know my presentation says 17 and a half possible, and what we mean when we say that is if you were to go to a CE eligible session every time one is offered, you could walk away from the conference with 18 and a half CFP CE. You don't have to do anything to get CFP CE other than to scan your badge. You don't have to sign up for it in advance. You're signed up for it as part of your participation in the conference. So all you have to do if you're concerned about your ability to earn CFP CE is give our member services a call and make sure that we have your CFP ID on file as part of your member record, and all of that CE will be reported for you automatically within 5 weeks after the conference. On site, what you'll need to do is have your badge, be on time for your sessions. In the past, we've had paper evaluations where if you missed the badge scan, you could fill out a paper evaluation. That's not the case this year. It's really important. It's going to be a little different, and we want to be sure that you're aware of this change to how we're doing things. You must be in your session in time to have your badge scanned if you want CE. So, with that, as long as you do that piece, you'll be able to print off your certificate of completion within 5 weeks after the conference is over, and certainly we'll endeavor to have it uploaded much sooner than that. So the other thing that I'd like to address is other kinds of CE that you can get at the conference. We are applying for state insurance CE if you're licensed in Florida for 6 sessions at the conference. Honestly, we applied for it several months ago. We're still waiting on the Florida Board of State Insurance to let us know what we can tell you will be CE approved, but we will have a list for you on site. This is a little different from CFP CE because you do need to tell us in advance so that we can generate some barcode labels for you. So if you haven't done so, let member services know. Give us a call this week. Let us know that you'd like CE at the session. If you forget to do that, you can let us know at registration. It's just going to take a minute or two longer to get you registered if we didn't know that you wanted Florida State Insurance CE. So we'll generate a barcode label, and we'll walk you all the way through the process of what you'll need to do to get your credit. It's very straightforward, but we'll have signs everywhere. We'll make sure you know what you need to do. But there should be 6 sessions with credit. If you're licensed for state insurance anywhere but Florida, there is no on-site state insurance CE, but what we're going to do is to provide promo codes or coupon codes that you'll use to obtain that state insurance CE online. It sounds like a much more complicated process than it is, but if you're signed up, you should be receiving emails about it this week. If you haven't let us know that you're interested in state insurance and you missed the email, let us know now. We'll get you added, and we'll make sure that you have what you need to get the state insurance CE that we have to offer you. Finally, if you're registered with other designations, there may be opportunities for you to obtain complimentary CE credit. For example, we work with NASBA, who certifies for CPAs, and what people who hold CPA licenses can do is take the certificate of completion that lists the CFP CE eligible sessions they attended at Experience, print that off, and submit it to their accrediting body for the CPA license. That's true for several designations. You'll just want to check with your designation to see what's possible. But for example, IMCA often offers that kind of complimentary credit, as do several of the international CFP designations and other designations. So take a look at your designations and see how to maximize your opportunity at continuing education on site. Now, finally, we don't have a slide for this, but we did want to tell you about the virtual conference. You heard Michael Branham mention earlier that we'll be capturing the vast majority of our content through video and some of it through audio, and making that available after the conference. This year, for the first time, we're also doing a live virtual conference. So starting Sunday morning, you'll be able to go into our virtual conference and download presentations. You'll be able to interact with speakers and exhibitors. It's really a great opportunity for you to make the most of the investment that you've made in attending FPA Experience in person, because you can get the most of the in-person experience and then leverage all the virtual opportunities. This is a mobile-friendly virtual conference, and it will be available for 3 months after the live conference is over. So really, there's no reason for you to miss a minute of the great content that we're offering as part of FPA Experience, and we really hope you'll take advantage of it.
Hey,
With
Mary.
that,
Sorry,
yeah?
I want before you're off the floor, I've got a question for you. I've been monitoring the chat space. Could you chat some about the responsive app? Because some people have been asking about whether there's going to be a mobile app. Could you talk about that? And then Kaylee had a question about the ability to download presentations. So if you could just talk a bit on that stuff, that would be awesome.
Actually, I'm not really the best resource on the responsive app. What I can tell you is that downloading the audio and video presentations will be very straightforward in the virtual experience. I'm going to be introducing Allison Kinsley, who will be talking a little bit about the conference and the social opportunities on site, and I believe she can offer more information about the responsive app.
Excellent. Thanks.
Good morning. This is Allison Kinsley, and yeah, there is going to be a mobile website for to access information on the conference. The conference website, www.fpaexperience.org, will lead you to an electronic version of what's going on throughout the conference. So log in there in advance, of course, to get information, and then when you're on site, to be able to actually sort through the speakers, the sessions, get up-to-date information on what's going on. Hopefully that answers the question on the mobile website. Let me talk a little bit about the opportunities to network. I know many of you attend Experience for the opportunities to come face-to-face with your peers and look for shared experiences and solutions to things that you have going on in your everyday life. And the social events actually provide that opportunity. There will be evening receptions each evening following the general sessions on Saturday and Sunday in the exhibit hall. The hall will be the gathering place for the evening events for cocktails and hors d'oeuvres, as well as for a new networking opportunity, which is the FPA Experience Cafe. During the exhibit hall hours on Sunday and Monday, we have set up a cafe where you can go and get a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, or take advantage of the Zaza Cuban coffee cart that will be part of the cafe for specialty coffee drinks. In addition, in the exhibit hall, there will be lunches each day, and we are going along with the food truck trend a little bit and have set up a variety of food carts in the hall where you can create your own experience and customize your menu choices from a selection of Asian, panini, pasta, taco, soup carts, and you can get your entree at one cart and your dessert at another, and enjoy your time over lunch in the exhibit hall. Finally, on Sunday evening, the entire community is invited to join us for the Experience Party. It will be at an area that is a quick walk away from the convention center, over at an area called Point Orlando. And we're taking over 2 restaurants at Point Orlando, BB King's and Cuba Libre, and invite you to join us for food, cocktails, and entertainment from 6:30 to 9:30 that evening. If there are no other questions, I think we can say we look forward to seeing you in Orlando. Travel safely, and we'll see you later this week.
So any questions you can keep using the chat space. Do y'all have any additional questions that we can answer? Kevin's typing something. And Allison, I hope that didn't throw you off your game. I'm sorry. I popped over to the website to kind of show people the responsive app. I think just to talk a bit more about the responsive app, the big difference is it means you're not going to have to go to your app store to download something. You're just going to go to the website. So just, add in that FPA Experience.org website, and that will be mobile friendly, like Allison mentioned. Okay, so John asks, who do we contact to get information on state insurance CE?
Laura, this is Mary. John, you can contact me. I'll be happy to tell you what we know so far. As I say, we're still waiting on quite a bit of information for the Florida Board of State Insurance, but if you're not registered in Florida, we can give you some very complete answers on what the strategy is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Hi,
and David, sorry.
I there's a question about Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
There is Wi-Fi available in Orange County Convention Center throughout all the meeting space and in the public areas, so the lobbies and hallways of the convention center, and that is going to be provided complimentary.
Excellent. Allison, will it probably be named FPA Experience, or is there anything that the group needs to know in order to access that?
I think that you just need to go onto the OCCC, look for the OCCC network, and
Gotcha.
when you get on site.
Excellent. Do y'all have any other questions that we can answer for you? Okay, so David asked, he hasn't received anything in the mail. So David, it sounds like you're signed up for one of our pre-convention workshops.
Session?
Yeah.
Yeah, that will be held at the Hyatt Regency Orlando, which is previously the Peabody Hotel.
Excellent. Great. And Eric asks about picking sessions, and will we have a personal schedule on our phone as part of the responsive app?
I don't believe that's part of the responsive app. You will be able to view the schedule on the website, but you will not be able to customize the schedule as far as I know.
There actually is a link that you can drop specific sessions onto your personal calendar, but it doesn't establish an entire session a schedule for you. But you can put selected sessions onto your calendar.
Awesome. Okay, great. And Kevin's question about the Pride Planner pre-con, Allison, you said that's going to be at the Hyatt?
That's going to be at the Hyatt as well. The Kinder Institute pre-con and the Pride Planners are both going to be at the Hyatt Regency Orlando, which was previously the Peabody Hotel.
And Pride Planner starts Friday, not Thursday, correct?
Right.
Okay. Could we talk a little bit about the handouts? Because I think there have been a couple of questions about handouts, how people can access those.
The handouts are, if you go on to the responsive app, the website, and click through to the sessions page, so FPAexperience.org/sessions, that is where you'll be able to find the ability to sort by speakers, by session, and if you click through to the session itself, the handout is actually attached to the session page.
Okay, awesome. And hopefully y'all are seeing me. I'm kind of walking through what, so there you go. Look at that right there. So it's down below where you can just click on that and open it up. Does that help y'all? Is there anything else that would be helpful for you to know? David asks, will we be printing out handouts?
There is the ability there will be a printing station on site for on-demand printing, but if you want to print them in advance to avoid any delays, that would be a great opportunity, and you can do that right from your computer in your office.
Hey, Allison, the printers, are those going to be near registration, or where will those printers be located for those who want to print it out once they get to Orlando?
Yes, ma'am. They will be in the registration area.
Excellent. Awesome. What other questions do y'all have? Okay. All right, so Charlie's sharing about FPA Florida holding its annual meeting, and Charlie, I think that's on on Friday, isn't it? Have I got that right? Friday. Good. Thanks for sharing that. And Eric talks about a chronological listing of sessions. Here, let me pop back to the, so if you're looking at the schedule here,
And don't sort it.
and then there's the conference schedule. Can we do it by date? Let's take a look and see. I think that when you go through, if you, to that question, if you just kind of scroll down, it is chronological. You see how it's organized chronologically just by doing no filtering at all? If y'all see how I'm doing that? So that's your way of kind of scrolling through chronologically, just by looking at the, going to the detailed session listing and then just scrolling down. No, Eric, that's just if you want to see it chronologically. There's a way to filter if you go back here. There's definitely a way to filter. You can filter by track. You can filter by whether it has CE, who the speaker is, the career stage. There's all kinds of different ways to filter, including a really great search functionality. So you definitely don't have to filter to scroll down in order to see the sessions. But if you want to see things chronologically, that's the way to do it. So hopefully that helps. By day, that's a good question. Am I missing something about whether we can see it by day? Could we put in could we search like
I'm
Monday?
not sure I can speak to that, but I can tell you that there's going to be a really great on-site guide available that has tabs for each day that should make this really straightforward.
Yeah, that's an awesome point, Mary. The fact that we're going to have an on-site that y'all can flip through, and that'll be in your bag, in your registration bag. So hopefully that'll help keep people grounded as well. Because I just tried searching on Monday and didn't pull it up, so it looks like that's not an easy fix there. That's right, Eric. The low-tech way is a good way to go, isn't it? Just having that paper copy in your hand. Any other questions as we wrap up? Is there anyone who posed a question in the general chat space that we might have missed? Because I know that David chimed in asking about his Wi-Fi question. Is there anything maybe that y'all asked earlier that we might not have covered? I see Stuart typing. Okay. Excellent. So Stuart's sharing that for those attending the Pride Planner pre-conference, it's going to be noon Friday at the Hyatt, and the session concludes with a cocktail networking party at the Hyatt as well. Awesome. And then it continues on Saturday morning. Great. Thanks for that, Stuart. Anything else? All right. It feels like the questions are slowing down. So for the rest of the presenters on the phone, anything to share in closing as we wrap up the call?
No, I think we covered it.
We're covered. All set.
Thank you.
Excellent. I know. Well, thanks so much to everyone, and we'll look forward. Like Allison said, we're really excited about welcoming you to FPA Experience 2013. And if you have any questions between now and then, just reach out to us. We're happy to help, and otherwise, safe travels, and we'll see y'all soon.
Thanks.
All righty. Bye.